This is the 16th hole. It's a par 5. It's one of the shorter par 5s by modern standards, by today's standards. Probably about 5:15, I would guess. 5:20. Definitely a scoring opportunity. It's one of the wider fairways here, although you do have to curve it right to left to hit the fairway. The shorter players can get away with a straight drive here, but not the longer players. So I have to try to curve it right to left, get it around the corner, and I've hit anything from 3-wood down to like a 7 or 8 iron in this hole before. Just depends on the wind and depends on the way you get the bounce. This is a challenging drive for me. I'm not naturally a draw guy with my driver, but thanks to the work I've done over the last 6 years and really good equipment in my driver here, that I can sometimes produce a draw. And hopefully right here will be one of those times. So the big thing for me to make the ball curve right to left with the driver is I have to stay really wide with my backswing and just fully extend my backswing. Get loaded up behind the ball so that when I release the power, I'm already back behind the ball and moving forward on it instead of ahead of it and moving back. That creates a cut and a slice, and that's why so many amateurs hit a slice. They don't really know how to effectively deliver the power to the back of the ball. It was a pretty good swing, but I hit one of the straightest drives I've ever hit. Unfortunately for this hole, it might be in the right rough. When you diligently work hard to find the right shaft for your driver and the right club head, the right ball, all those combine to produce the right kind of shots for you, the most optimum distance and carry and spin and all that. When you work really hard to find that stuff, it gives you confidence. It's just like going to the gym and getting strong as you can get gives you confidence. Working on your short game gives you confidence. Well, working with your equipment gives you confidence too. And to stand up here on the tee and be confident that I can produce the kind of shot I'm looking for, a higher percentage of the time, I mean, that's huge. That's great to have in the back of your mind, knowing when you're under pressure and you need it, you can produce it. 16 this is a hole where the wind on the second shot is extremely important. It's always blowing some direction here, and obviously you got a lot of trouble around the green. So as soon as you come around the corner back there, you start kind of paying attention to what's the wind doing. Is it moving the treetops one way or the other? How are the clouds drifting across the fairway? What's the water doing? You can pick up clues. If there's any birds flying, you can pick up clues by anything airborne, what its behavior is like. So right now I'm looking at trees that are kind of leaning into us. The clouds are going that way, right to left and into us. The water ripples are coming straight at us, which all leads me to believe that the wind is hurting us and a little bit off the right here. So first thing you even think of is what the wind's doing. And as you see here, my ball's just stayed in the fairway. So straight drive didn't draw as much as I wanted to, but the wind cushioned it just enough where it didn't roll into the rough here. So we're 225 to the hole. Into the wind, probably going to play like 235.
2 iron, yeah.
Perfect 2 iron. Now we're on a little bit of a downslope here. Did a 3 iron ever cross your mind? I just don't know about the back. I don't think this is going past 230, 225. Well, that was the right club. It's going to roll down to the right. I've always liked this course. I've never really, I've had one really good finish here. Finished third about 2 years ago, but always liked the way the course forces you to focus and brings out, it brings out the best that you have. And if you don't have enough, then this thing is going to eat your lunch. It's a great test of golf. It measures all your clubs. It's just spectacular, and all that in such a beautiful setting. I mean, you can see why it's the crown jewel of the PGA Tour schedule. Well, as you can see here, we're standing about 80 yards from the 16th green. We're also standing about 100 yards from the 17th green. It's just right there. I think that's one of the things that surprised me when I first played here, is how close the green is to 16 fairway. And it's inescapable, the noise. If someone hits it in the water or if someone makes a long putt over there, you can't help but notice it. So you also can't help but notice the way the wind's blowing, and that's a pretty important factor on the tee shot on 17. So you're already starting to think a little bit about what's to come, and that's a pretty daunting shot over there when you've got the whole hillside filled with people that want you to mess up. I think that's what makes it unique in golf. there's a ridge that goes from front left to back right on this green, and it's almost impossible to keep your ball up on the top of the ridge. So you really just hit for the middle of the green, and like Frank and I, my caddy, we always say, it's hit it and go find it. You know, you start splitting hairs when you're trying to hit a 225-yard 2-iron into the wind and keep it up on a little shelf that's about 12 feet wide. So we just hit it, go find it. Here the ball rolled down to the bottom, and I got a nice uphill putt. And again, you know, uphill I can go, I can be pretty aggressive here. It looks like I'm going into the grain because of how dark the grass is. Probably going to turn a little bit left. No, it went pretty straight. But I wouldn't be complaining too much. Take a 4 here anytime.